What a time to be a Denver Broncos fan. The wait is over. We saw what Bo Nix looks like wearing actual orange and blue. We get great news about our quarterback of the future. And here's some cool stories out of rookie minicamp today. If you're new to this channel, my name is Ben. I break down all things Denver sports. And if you like the Denver Broncos and you're here for this competitive rebuild, that helps me out a ton if you would like and subscribe. Now, y'all are my trusted friends, and you have been since I started this channel back in October. And I have a real problem, and I need to admit it and get some accountability from you all. It's a Friday night date night with the wife, and I went to the bathroom 3 times when I didn't have to. And it was just like in the urinal looking at pictures of Bo Nix, and like there was one picture that actually gave me chills in a urinal, and I was like, man, I just believe the hype way too much. But let's dive in and look at some of the news that came out of the Denver Broncos' first rookie minicamp and how awesome that is. So first off, we see pictures of the rookies, and the vibes just are immaculate here. You just see Audric Estime and just seeing his massive guns ablazing, seeing Bo Nix wearing the number 10, just the no drama there, seeing Troy Franklin looking great, just real excited hype out of here, seeing Sean Payton, and I just feel like there's a different energy with Sean Payton this year, even in some of these press conferences he's had and the interviews he's had. The fact that the second he drafted Bo Nix, he could not hop on the Pat McAfee show fast enough that he got the quarterback he wanted, and he couldn't wait to tell the world about it. I don't think he's doing that if that pick just fell to him and he's like, well, we need a quarterback, let's get him. And so we just are seeing more and more of that, and just seeing here's our ownership group here with the Walton Penner group on the outsides, and then obviously we got George Payton, Sean Payton here, and just seeing the vibes and the excitement there that it has not been there in recent years, and I just haven't felt the same amount of energy and enthusiasm in Broncos country, but then coming out of the ownership group as well, that like they're here from the jump and they want to be hands-on, and that's crazy exciting. I'm totally pumped and jazzed about Audric Estime, what he could be. I was listening to a podcast that broke down what makes a rookie running back successful, and 2 of the things that make a rookie running back successful is hand size and then age. Like the younger a running back is drafted, the more likely they are to hit. Audric Estime is like 20 years old, was the youngest running back drafted in this class, and then also has some of the biggest hands, which means like not as many fumbles. And I just look at these guns ablazing, and I'm like, man, this guy's arms are bigger than my thighs, and it just has me crazy hyped, and has a lot of people wondering, what is this running back room going to look like? And as we're watching rookie mini camps, the Broncos need to make 2 more cuts to get down to 90. We technically have 93 players right now. One of them is that Yasmin tight end, who I'm really high on, who used to play rugby and then played tight end, and most of his catches for the University of Utah went for touchdowns. He has a international player exemption, so you're allowed to have 1 extra player if they're an international player. And so the Broncos still have 2 cuts to make. They cut Philip Dorsett, and they cut a defensive lineman as well. And so we still have 2 cuts that we need to make just to get to the 90. We had a ton of players at this rookie minicamp, and that is somewhat of an anomaly that other teams don't bring in as many guys. We had 40 or 50 guys come there because Sean Payton is digging for talent, and we know that throughout history he's been able to find talent that other people slept on, and he was able to execute it and make it a great thing. Other huge news that came out today is we've talked a lot about how great it's going to be for Bo Nix's development to have Troy Franklin, who he already has insane chemistry with, who is a 4'4", 40 guy, 6'2", so he's got the size as well, and struggled with drops. But the fact that he fell to the 4th round when everyone was expecting him, even the doubters were saying he's going to fall to the 2nd round, but he will go in the 2nd round. So then to have him fall all the way to the 4th round, his coach, Chris Thomason, came out, or his coach, Dan Lanning, came out and said that he couldn't believe all the misinformation that was going around about Troy Franklin, that and saying that he wasn't a football dude and didn't study. And we've just heard Bo Nix vouch for him, and now his coach come out and say, like, that was ridiculous. All this guy does is think football. And so I'm excited that he dropped to us, and that he's got that chip on his shoulder and on his back because he chose the number 16, because that's how many receivers were drafted in front of him. And that's all fantastic news coming in here. So this is the picture that actually gave me chills. just seeing this coach mentorship relationship, and you just, I'm sure you could find a picture of Russell Wilson and Sean Payton, but it's just going to be a different relationship that those guys have, and you're going to see crazy development with that. And I saw here, this tweet here was awesome, that the Denver Broncos have the quarterback who has the most passing yards in NCAA history, more than any first-round pick ever. And I am still pinching myself that we got him, and more am hyped that he is ours. And this was the picture that I think I originally saw tweeted that gave me chills at the urinal, seeing Shanahan and Elway in that relationship. And those were my formative years of watching the Denver Broncos. In 97, 98 is when my family moved to the Denver metro area, and I kept every single front page of the Denver Post after Broncos wins, and they're still in my parents' basement from that era. And it is just so exciting to me to think that we could have that in Bo Nix and Sean Payton. And then just seeing that Bo Nix is truly a coach's son, and no drama with him, even the inheriting and figuring out how to get his number. So he got the number 10, and the bulk of that credit goes to Zach Wilson for just being a stand-up dude. But I think the other part is just seeing that he is the heir apparent, and he is a good dude. And so there was no drama with that. And then seeing this tweet from Adam Schefter that he was the first of the quarterbacks to reach an actual agreement with his team. All the rest of the quarterbacks that we're seeing throwing at training camp are reporting to rookie minicamp under injury provisions, where if they were to get injured at rookie minicamp, they would get money for it, but they haven't signed long-term deals. And it just shows Bo Nix is all about football. That's why his backpack only had football stuff, and the Ringer can hate on that. But this dude is about football, and we're about to be here for it from the ground floor. Just incredibly exciting. I can't help but look at pictures of Bo Nix, and someone commented on one of my videos, and I looked back to see who it was. But Bo Nix's doppelganger might be Ivan Drago from the Rocky movies, and just the "I will destroy you." And it sounds even cooler since I have a cold, but you just look at them, they're like the same person. And Rocky shouldn't have beat him, so I don't think Mahomes is going to beat him in lots of years to come, and that has me crazy excited. Other thing interesting to just see is all the rumors and speculation that Sean Payton intentionally sabotaged the Minnesota Vikings into drafting J.J. McCarthy by trying to trick people into thinking we were moving up and calling the Bears, to leaking all the information about, hey, we met with this dude for 5 hours. And then you just see that JJ's first training camps and rookie mini camps maybe didn't go quite as planned. You see a stationary target, and just you're going to want to make that pass on air, and just that's not a good look. And I know that's just one throw, and I don't want to hate on JJ, but it just makes me really excited that we got the right dude. And just seeing there's a little friendly competition going on at Vikings camp, and J.J. McCarthy had a drill against defenses and said that if the ball hit the ground more than 4 times, the offense would have to run, and if it hit it less than 4 times, the defense would have to run. And J.J. McCarthy was running after practice. So I expect he'll learn and be good, but it's just awesome that we didn't luck into Bo Nix, that he was an intentional choice of the Denver Broncos, and he is who we wanted all along. Has me crazy, crazy excited. And just, man, Bo Nix is looking sharp in that. And also, this was the jersey set that I think got the most hate on Twitter and across the internet, and he looks incredible in it. And it looks a little Chicago Bearsy, but I'm loving it. That might be the one that I order. I like that blue a lot, but yeah, we'll see. He just looks good with a helmet, without a helmet. Either way, that is our franchise quarterback, and we're going to be watching a lot of him. Cannot wait to see what's going to go on. Is training camp going to be open this year to the public? We know UC Training Center is going to be doing a lot of renovation, so I'm really hoping it is going to be open to the public, because I'll be coming out with my whole family if it is, and I will report from training camp if it is open. I'll keep you updated as I hear more about that. Last bit of great news is that the Kansas City Chiefs really, really needed some Rashid Rice insurance. More and more is coming out about the red flags there with the drag racing accident, the punching a photographer. Then more is coming out that before the draft, he and some friends were involved in shooting into another car. And so the Chiefs, like, they need some targets for Patrick Mahomes. And while they have Xavier Worthy and Hollywood Brown, those are basically like the same receiver of like take the top off, and they need a steady receiver across the middle who can run other routes than just those go routes. They were really counting on Rashid Rice, and with that suspension, definitely it's at least going to be a couple game suspension. It could be the whole year. If Roger Goodell wants to come down hard on that off the field stuff, that could be a whole year suspension for him. And so all of their eggs are in a 35-year-old basket in Travis Kelce. And now they missed out on signing Zay Jones, who chose the Arizona Cardinals over the Chiefs. And it seems like the money was going to be the same at both places. And so that's just interesting to me that he chose the Arizona Cardinals. Maybe he sees that he would only have a year guarantee in Kansas City, where he might have longer with the Arizona Cardinals. But either way, great news for us in Broncos country. Cannot wait. Tomorrow there'll be interviews with players after camp, and we will cover it all right here. And I'm getting this done right in time for the Denver Nuggets to come back from a 2-0 deficit to the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's going to happen. Broncos country, giddy up. I made that shot, so you know the Nuggets are coming back.